Hello everyone, in today's Microsoft Flight Simulator news video, I share the latest teasers of the fly-by-wire Airbus A380, talk about the latest update to freeware AI traffic solution, FSLTL, and plenty more incredible flight sim news. You know what to do. If you're new around here, be sure to subscribe, it's much appreciated, and if you're a long time viewer, welcome back. It's great to have you here. I'm Brandon from the Pilot Stud channel. Without further delay, let's get right into the flight sim news. For those of you who sim on PC, you may be familiar with the freeware solution FSLTL. This fantastic application and model library fills your virtual skies with some of the most realistic AI air traffic out there based on real life flight data, of course, with over 1900 4K aircraft liveries and countless aircraft models from the ATR to the Airbus A380. If you have not tried this out, please do consider it. It is an absolute miracle. This is free, quite frankly. Anyway, it's been updated to version 1.3, adding 2 new aircraft models, the Boeing 787-8 and the ATR, as well as plenty of liveries, 38 new 737-800 liveries, 24 ATR ones, and 100 extra liveries across the rest of the FSLTL fleet. That is an astonishing number, I know, but it doesn't stop there. They've updated sounds, they've been improved massively, completely overhauled in some cases, and indeed there are greater optimizations for performance across the board. That being said, it definitely remains a heavy hitter when it comes to performance, so any optimization into the future is much appreciated. You can download it via the fly-by-wire installer. This is PC only and looks to remain the way going into the future. In my opinion, it's my preferred AI air traffic solution. The fact it's free also does help that. All in all, it's great to see this staple flight sim add-on be further developed. Every single member of the FSLTL team and their wider community are true superstars. It's reasons like this why we sim. It's fantastic to see groups of people get behind an idea and develop a freeware project, and for it to work so well most of the time. Now next up, we're talking about another freeware addition to the sim, or at least soon to be an addition to the sim. It's the fly-by-wire Airbus A380, the behemoth of the skies, which when released will be available for free on PC. I just cannot wait for it. I don't think I'm in the minority there. Now, new previews of this project were released by a fly-by-wire developer on the Microsoft Flight Sim official Discord. Sadly, they seem to have been deleted. I don't know why. It could be that they weren't actually meant to be released, but they're all over the internet now, so I thought, to be honest, at this point, I might as well report on it. Now, I'd like to say thanks to Dan at the Flight Sim Elite team for posting them on his wonderful website. This is where the screenshots have come from today because, frankly, they don't exist on Discord anymore. I'd highly recommend Flight Sim Elite. I know a few of the guys from there, and I would say if you want to get your Flight Sim news fix in a written format, then it's a wonderful website to check out. They really are top of their game. 4 screenshots of the Airbus A380 seem to have been released, showing inside and out. As you can all see, the model is looking absolutely superb with very visible wing flex. We even get a preview of the flight computer showing a flight plan from Houston's Intercontinental Airport. No text information going along on the Discord server, but it is clear that this project is developing nicely. Now, I would be an absolute fool to speculate on release date. I've got absolutely no idea. All I do know is the Airbus A380 is looking very nice in the sim and definitely looks a lot better compared to when I was very privileged to check it out over in Houston. Ironic, the flight plan is also from Houston, when Fly-by-Wire was showing this off at FS Expo. Good luck to the wonderful Fly-by-Wire team, and do let me know in the comments where you'll be taking this aircraft out for on its first flight when it does release on the simulator. I know you cannot wait for it. Now moving on, a new aircraft has been released as payware, albeit in early access. Flight Sim Studios have released their new set of E-Jets, the Embraer E190 and Embraer E195. Now, I know the first set of E-Jets, the E170 and E175, were rather controversial when initially released. That was due to some very glossy marketing that meant people's perceptions may have been skewed or were skewed when this aircraft was released. But to credit the Flight Sim Studio team, since then they have meticulously updated these aircraft. I'm referring to the E170 and E175, of course. That being said, even the older ones, the 170 and 175, have not been completely finished yet. So it goes without saying that the E190 and E195 will still need work, hence the fact they've been released as early access. Don't get me wrong, every single E-Jet will be flyable and they all look very good, but they're not 100% finished, so do bear that in mind. With the E190 and E195, once again, there is no fully custom FMS with custom LNAV and VNAV. Next summer should bring that along if all things go well. While these aircraft are of course naturally similar to the E170 and 175, there are some differences which have been modelled. Taking into account that this is early access, this is currently on sale for €33, excluding tax. Now this price may go up in the future as the E190 and 195 develop, and there will even be a freighter version released as a free upgrade next year. But if you want a longer, higher capacity Embraer E-Jet, but are willing to take a slight gamble with the Flight Sim Studio promise of further development of these aircraft, then it may be worth looking into. I wish the Flight Sim Studio team good luck with it. Of course, they are a small development team, so frankly cash flow is going to be an issue and they're always going to need further backing. That isn't an excuse for shoddy marketing, but hopefully they've learned from their past mistakes, so good luck to the team. Now finally, it brings me joy to report that the PMDG Boeing 777 has entered beta testing. None other than Robert Radazzo informed us of this on his forum, while also sharing a sneaky teaser of the 777 cabin in the front in first class. Now from the optimism on this forum post, it does sound like that the development of this wide body is heating up nicely. Frankly, we will have to wait and see, but I think this optimism reflects him and his team's passion. I know they get a lot of stick, sometimes rightly, sometimes wrongly, and awaiting aircraft can be frustrating, but I have a great feeling about the release of the 777 and simply cannot wait to see it. Of course, beta testing does mean this should be handed out to internal beta testers, probably not external at the time being. But it does mean they've got enough confidence in this aircraft to put it in other people's hands that aren't the PMDG development team. On that note guys, what a wonderful Flight Sim news video it has been today, featuring the Pilatus PC-12 by Simworks Studios in the background, even my incredibly dodgy into Rovaniemi this afternoon. I'd like to say a big thank you to you all for watching. It's always a pleasure to keep you updated. On that note, have a Merry Christmas if I don't see you before then, and if I do, I look forward to welcoming you back to another Pilot Stud video. On that note, happy flying, bye bye.